Mark Antony and Cleopatra. When you think of their names together, what comes to mind? Passion? Obsession? Perhaps even a schoolyard rhyme about a snake charmer who bit the big one? Yep, me too. In short, we think of Cleopatra as a seductress, a femme fatale whose wiles were irresistible to men like Julius Caesar, Mark Antony, and even Octavian, later the Emperor Augustus. The story goes that Cleopatra used her famous beauty and her wits to charm these powerful men, played them against each other, and ultimately brought Egypt into the Roman orbit, at least for a while. And then she died, perhaps by a venomous snake bite, which really makes you wonder, was she a victim or an executioner? Well, yes, but also no, because now at the British Museum, an exhibition called Cleopatra, The Search for the Last Queen of Egypt, is reframing her story based on recent discoveries. Curators are taking another look at the myths and legends surrounding her, including her looks. Did she really have the hots for Caesar and Antony? Was she a master manipulator? And did she die from a venomous snake bite? The exhibition includes artifacts from all over the world, including items on loan from the National Museum in Cairo and the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities. Among the most spectacular is a 2,000-year-old gilded bronze statue of Cleopatra VII, the first queen in this line to learn the Egyptian language. Her 18-foot-tall statue was found in 2020 on the Mediterranean island of Antikythera. She's shown wearing the traditional Egyptian double crown, a symbol of the country's unity and a reminder of the queen's political ambitions. Unlike her predecessors, Cleopatra wanted to rule in her own right, not as the consort of a king. Indeed, she may have been the most powerful woman in the ancient world. But how did she do it? For starters, she knew how to work a room. Recent research suggests that, contrary to popular belief, Cleopatra didn't speak Aramaic, Syriac, or Hebrew. Rather, she was a brilliant politician who knew how to flatter her audience. In fact, she was the first Egyptian ruler to ever learn and use the Egyptian language. She also knew Greek and perhaps Latin, and even had some knowledge of Indian and Persian. That means she spoke at least 9 languages. Imagine having to translate all those speeches. No wonder she hired an interpreter. But her most important skill might have been knowing how to play the long game, say scholars, because Cleopatra understood something that her male counterparts did not. She saw the writing on the wall, so to speak. She understood that Egypt's future lay with Rome. So she formed an alliance with Caesar after he defeated Pompey, the last of the Roman triumvirs, and bore him a son, Caesarion. But when Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir, came to Egypt in 40 BCE, demanding that Cleopatra pay back her father's loans, she refused. The result, a 10-year civil war that ended with Octavian's victory, the deaths of both Caesar and Antony, and Cleopatra's suicide. Or did she? Well, legend has it that she allowed an asp, a kind of venomous snake, to coil around her arm and bite her. But the museum's curator of Egyptian antiquities, who organized the exhibit, believes that Cleopatra probably took her own life in a less dramatic way. Instead of being bitten by a snake, she may have eaten a poisonous fruit called a Syrian or Palestinian date. Although the idea of Cleopatra as a femme fatale is a persistent one, this reinterpretation is part of a larger trend in scholarship. Scholars are now rejecting the notion of Cleopatra as an untouchable goddess, a passive object of male desire, and instead emphasizing her intelligence, wit, and political savvy. So if you're planning to visit the exhibit, keep your eyes open. You just might see Cleopatra in a whole new light. Thanks for watching.